Hi, I'm Chris Warner with the Lafayette team at eXp Realty in Columbia, South Carolina, and myself, along with my mom, Debi, and my wife, Mallory, are excited to talk to you today about our transition over to eXp just over a year ago, kind of some of the things we've learned in that time, what our experience has been, and the things that both excited us then and excite us now. So we just wrapped up our quarterly review, and I know looking back we had a lot of thoughts, just kind of, oh my gosh, can't believe all that's happened in the time so far. So
It was, after coming out of the quarterly review, which we do every quarter, and once a year we do a retreat, but it's always a great time for looking back on our business and then also planning, because markets change, things change always. But it hit me that we have been now with eXp for just a little over a year.
right.
Remember, Mallory, it all started, we had heard the eXp story before.
We talked about it a couple of years ago, if you remember.
We
But
did.
timing
we
maybe
did.
wasn't right.
But I think the timing wasn't right because we actually heard it twice.
Yeah.
And then just got an opportunity to go to dinner, Mallory, you and I, up in Charlotte. And walking into that room that night, I mean, yeah, I heard there was a guy by the name of Glenn Sanford and there was a guy by the name of Gene Fredericks. Didn't know.
It was so cool to see just all the different people that were in that room, from my age and younger all the way up, and just the different places in their business that they were in, and to see agents that were my age that had stopped selling real estate because they were able to build up a residual income from their eXp business. I didn't even know that was a possibility. So it was definitely a life-changing experience to be in that room that night.
Well, that and just the excitement. I mean, there were 80 people at this dinner, and they didn't even go through the eXp story. It was just 80 people at dinner, and you could feel it in the room, just how excited they were. They were excited in their careers. They were excited, all of a sudden I'm hearing words about stock, and I'm hearing talk about residual income, and the company that we came from being one of the top 5 companies in the world, we didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
And so it was a little bit neat because we went to that dinner and we called home and said, guys, I think everybody needs to come to Charlotte tomorrow. We want you to look into this and see if you're feeling what we felt.
Yeah, I remember that phone call. I mean, I distinctly do because we had talked about it before, and I knew you were going up there, and I had some optimism for it, but also maybe just some, well, we'll see what happens. And to get that call, I know we're not people who make moves like that. And so to get that call, and for me to be the one at home, I was like, oh my gosh. So I rallied the troops. I was like, we're packing up, we're going and getting up there. But I distinctly remember just the optimism from both of you on what you saw. And here I had just seen stuff on paper or presentation, and you got to go be in it. And so that was super, super exciting.
So going to lunch that day, driving there, knowing that you guys were going to tell me, because I could feel it, and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm a broker in charge. I have responsibilities. We said no changes. We had just said no changes. And then in the next, week?
Yeah.
It was very fast.
Two seems long. I know it was around a week.
It took a little bit longer for me because of the broker in charge, but in 1 week to take our whole team and transfer to eXp, onboarding, and then now, back to the quarterly meeting that we just had. So we had no CRM at the time.
Nope, a good old Excel spreadsheet. I know. Yeah, to think that we operated a multi-million-dollar, high-functioning business that I'm very proud of, was proud of then. But we were running that thing off a spreadsheet. I think if we'd opened up the hood for other people, they'd have been surprised, but it worked. But
Excel, man, it's good stuff.
I know, but it's not our CRM that we've got now, for sure.
So now we have the CRM, which is amazing, and actually an awful lot less money.
Well, and think of all the deals that we found were slipping through the cracks, the things that we didn't know we were missing just because we were missing that automated follow-up, the things that we weren't, unless we were actively doing it, people kept doing what they needed to do.
The Excel sheet did not do it. But the artificial intelligence as part of that CRM, as part of KV Core, and then all the money that we spent on our own website before, only to be offered a KV Core website that does more widgets, gadgets, and whatever than I could ever begin to think.
With great SEO.
And you know what I love about the world is, at first for you guys, I'm thinking, oh, these guys like it because they're younger and they're used to playing video games, and I don't know what an avatar is. I don't necessarily need one. But if I need to ask a question of accounting, I go into the world, I walk over to accounting, and there's somebody there all the time to answer. or that great person that sits in the info booth right in the very beginning,
Yeah.
who always tells me, and one day I went in for a meeting and I was a week early, and she's like, Debbie, I don't see this on the schedule. I might have wandered around in the, and not known, but I think it's neat to have a 24/7 office right there in the world.
And and I know that we were kind of spoiled where we came from because you were the broker in charge, so we were always able to pick up the phone and reach the broker. But so that was a concern that we had. But I think I always get a kick of when I go into the state broker room and out comes either the broker herself or an administrative staff, and they're like, "Hey, Chris, how's it going?" And sometimes I forget that I'm even in there. I walk in and I'm just going to some other purpose, and someone pops out. I'm like, whoa, that sort of thing. But there's been almost no drop off or transition with that. A little bit to learn just about how to get around there, but
how to make your avatar go forward.
Well, that's it.
Dance.
Yeah, that's it. But it's been that and. The even bigger thing about that I think has been so cool is what it allows for with the training. Not to say where we came from, everything is really localized, or you'd go to a big conference because you want to hear from people around the country. I mean, how spoiled we've become in the last 12 months that, any training during the week could be one of the top agents from around the country. I mean...
Well, that, and then during the pandemic, they did this whole other series because nobody could go anywhere, so no one was having big seminars, and they brought in some of the major names in training and coaching from across the country to come on and to give us more training. And also not just like what I've heard from other people complaining is, this company has great training, but it's all 101, meaning other companies. So with eXp, there's almost... I kind of think of them as 4 levels. As you come in, you have the training with your mentor. I think there's 11 sections of that right now. Or if you're not brand new and you've had other sales, they have a 101 series.
The Fast Start.
Yeah,
Fast Start.
14 different things, and that's been great. Then they have all of the, the Excel training. And then there's one other whole set of training too. So for like me, who's been in the business for 22 years, I've shared with you a couple of classes that I wanted to spend my time going to.
Right.
Because even though I've taught for years, it was nice to have a subject that I hadn't been trained on, and
that's it.
The other great part about it is you can watch it anytime. So if you can't go to the live ones, they're all recorded. You go into the university library and boom, there it is.
You could never watch all the training that there is out there. You would not have enough time.
No.
But that's the coolest thing is that anything that you need training on, you can go back and find. And one of the things that I think is really cool that eXp has created is any agent who becomes an icon agent gives back to the company.
Right.
They are the top producers across the world, and they're giving back and doing a training on how they got there. And we get to learn from them. How cool is that?
There's no big secret or those people in the other part of the office that are the haves, and then you have all the have-nots. But how about workplace?
Yeah, no, that's... truly, I thought it was going to be the world for me. That I was pretty excited about it. And all the access to training and everything. But really, and I know you kind of saw this coming from the other brokers that we came from, but, eXp always talks about one of the core policies, core tenets is all about collaboration and transparency. And that sounds great, but it's another thing to get in. And I think that's what surprised me the most was how much it truly, that corporate policy, that mission statement, all that, it really seeps down into even something as simple as workplace. Because, I think about the time we were at our last office, I probably through the network, and that was an international company, through their referral network. We probably got, maybe one referral in the time that we were there. And we've been here,
years.
and we've been there, we've been at eXp now for a little over a year, and I've gotten, I would say at least 2 or 3 referrals already, and I've barely really pushed into the network. You know what I mean? And so that's been a really neat thing for me.
So workplace it's kind of a Facebook just for eXp agents. And the more groups you want to join in there, the more you can. So, and the other part is too, just being able to go into your state group, state referrals, nationwide referrals. I had the opportunity where the gentleman in Mongolia who was with another company wanted to talk to me about eXp. So I went on to Workplace and just went in the main forum and said, hey, does anyone speak Russian? Yeah. Because I needed a translator. And some eXp agent in Michigan said, I'm happy to help you. When?
Right.
There's just so many groups in there. I love it.
Well, yeah, and you can access any state broker. So, I think one of the cool things is as we connect with agents around the country, even though EXP has some policies, every state handles things a little bit differently, and everyone wants to know who their broker is. And so it's allowed us a quick way to put these folks in contact, ease some of those concerns, and understand, hey, show people there is a great community here when you're ready, you know? So absolutely, it's been an awesome tool. And I find every day I'm in another group that I'm like, oh my gosh, did you see this? You know, I mean, something new to learn, very specified. I've really, really enjoyed it.
Well, like the active adult, and then you got certified in what?
Express offers.
Express offers. So eXp offers that just like, you know, Zillow, or just like OfferPad, I guess is the other ones.
iBuyers.
Yeah, iBuyers. And then I got trained in the Relo. And so 7 of the largest national real location companies came to eXp and said, we want to work with you.
Right.
So they rolled out this training, and it was, you know, several segments you had to do each one. But now we actually have a group on Workplace, so I can go in and see what's going on with that.
Right.
The mentors have a group, so that we're all staying on the same page and helping new agents.
Well, and I was going to say, you know, I don't want to gloss over the mentor program, because how cool to come from, you've always had a background in coaching and training and getting agents ready for a very difficult job. The first, you know, we know the attrition rate, and obviously in all the training you've done, but, you know, a company that says, hey, if you're brand new, you've got to have a mentor for a bit.
For 3 transactions.
Yeah, and I think that is...
I think it should be that way everywhere.
Absolutely. And then not only that, but as you're a seasoned agent, when you become a certified mentor, go through the process, become a certified mentor, it's another way that eXp allows us to earn income. You know, they vet, make sure that you're what people need and you have those skills. But once you're there, I mean, I just think all around that program is an awesome for agents on both sides.
Well, and there again, let's go back to equality. So everyone that joins eXp starts out at the same commission split.
Yeah.
Everyone that joins to be a mentor knows right up front how they're going to be paid. And in a lot of companies, I would tell you, most agents coming to me did not know that. Everyone has an equal opportunity for referrals from anywhere across, you know,
the world.
Yeah. I know. I'm like across the company.
Internationally, right.
But so in addition to the KV Core and to Workplace, which I absolutely love, what about Enterprise? That beats my Excel spreadsheet.
I'd say so. Enterprise it's a lot less work from us. It's updating itself. So Enterprise is kind of your one-stop shop dashboard to check on your business as a whole and where it's at in that moment in time. And so it's a great place to log in and look at where your commissions are at, how close you are to getting to your cap for the year.
Everyone wants 100%.
Everyone wants to get to 100%. So you can check it by the minute and log in and see where you're at there. And then you can also check on and see where your revenue share group is at and see where each individual agent is as far as their commissions and reaching their cap goes, so that you can keep track of your group that are coming into eXp. And then you can also look at where your stock is at and how much you have, not only that you maybe have been given through your equity program, but also what you've been awarded in stock, to see how much it's grown since it's been awarded to you. And not only that, there's so much more. There's the marketing in there. You can go in and customize any marketing material that you want, and so much more. It's amazing.
That's where you can send guest passes too. So if you want to talk to people about, come on in and see what the world looks like, that's where the guest passes are.
Yeah, and if nothing else, I mean, it is also the directory. You need to find anybody. You know, you need to find brokers. You need to find it. So they make it really easy to access that sort of information, because, you know, when I first got started, I never thought that I would maybe need to know where with the Florida broker or something like that. But that's the neat thing about building a business that spans more than just our local area. You know, is that you run into new problems you didn't know you were going to have, and they have solutions for that ahead of time.
And you know what? And that's one of the things I really love about eXp is we have always learned and thought that real estate is local in nature. You know, what's the number one reason people buy? Location. But what I found in my years of being a broker in charge, in my years of coaching, is that when high performers in any given area get to a certain point, they have to look outside their market to get best practices from other high performers.
Right.
Plus, why would you, maybe because we're doing it here in Lexington, South Carolina, they might have something in Nebraska that they're doing that we could know. And with eXp, it's all right there. You don't have to go to a national convention, although you can, but They're right there on the other side of your workplace.
But they still have the national. If that's
Well,
important to
yeah,
you, they still
yeah.
have 2 a year plus more. So
But you can do it every day.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But if that's something that's important to you, it's there too. I mean, it's just like, where does the list stop on those
Right,
things? You know what I
right.
mean? And I mean, and one we haven't even touched on, which was good for me because I'm not the best paperwork guy, is probably Skyslope. And just, again, working mostly off of an Excel spreadsheet. And I knew I had the documents, but where are they when I need them, sort of thing. It's just been a really seamless way to just spend more time on the stuff that actually makes us money.
And know that your contracts are still complete and know everything.
And reviewed and
Right.
ready to go, so that when it's time to get paid, we as agents, we're ready to get paid, make sure my paperwork's where it needs to be. So I love that component too. And I'm not really someone who gets excited about those sorts of things.
No,
So.
and I think one of the coolest parts is that we just get to take a picture of our check and we get paid.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
mean, how cool is that?
Yeah.
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 Absolutely. I think the other big thing that even 1 year later, talk about delivering on promises. When we went to Charlotte, what really stood out to me was, and I think it was Glenn Sanford, I'm not sure, was standing up there, and for the first time ever in my career, I heard someone not just talking about this is what's behind us, but where he was going, and things that we didn't even think about.
Yeah.
And to see those things really roll out this year. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
how many new programs were we introduced to eXp just in this past year that we've been a part of the company? And we know there's only going to be more to come.
I mean, in a year where everyone was fleeing in a lot of ways from commercial, they opened up commercial branch and offered free training for everyone to get commercially certified.
Yeah.
I mean, just things like that, again, solutions to problems we didn't even know we had yet, or opportunities that we didn't know we wanted. And that's been just one of the neatest things. And I totally agree with you. I mean, I think I was probably shocked looking, rocked back in my chair when we sat there and listened to him, because it truly felt as close as I can imagine to being in front of the Zuckerbergs and the Bezos and people like that who have this vision for these companies that are going really, really large. And here's somebody with that sort of mind, but in the real estate industry where it impacts us and our family business, saying, come with me. I know where we're going, and having a clear vision, because I know after we went to a conference for the previous company, I think we all walked out of there feeling
You
pretty,
can't
nervous.
tell us that an iBuyer program is just going to go away and we're going to wait it out. And here we went in and we heard a gentleman who not only said, okay, this is what we're doing about current industry trends and keeping up, but this is where I think I'm going next.
And here's how we keep agents, you guys, at the forefront of it.
Right. And so I was impressed. I was hugely impressed with that, as well as that the people that have formed this company have worked for the other national major brokerages. So they took the best of each one.
Right.
Seemed too good to be true, but after a year, I'm loving it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I did joke with you, but that we talked about it before. I wish I could dial back the clock. I mean, genuinely, but
Yeah.
I mean, truly, a year later, a little over a year later, to have accomplished all we've accomplished, I'm really excited about where this thing is going, what things we kind of have coming up, and the growth that eXp's allowed, sets the platform for us. I could not be more excited.
So I think just kind of bringing it around and finishing it up, we did this video today to kind of talk to you about our journey and the things that we really like about eXp. And, the people that have joined us along this journey, we really have a heart for. And we're going to make sure that you get the same great opportunities that we did as we continue to grow in this company and grow with others.
Absolutely. And I think if there's one thing we've learned, it's not just this amazing company, but the people that you kind of latch yourself onto and who you take this journey with, because they're going to be there. There's a lot of support that eXp offers, but it's the people that we know that we've attached ourselves to, that pick up the phone, that are there to take this thing to the next level. So absolutely.
I don't want to go without saying that when you join eXp, you actually have 3 levels of support. You're not out there on your own. So you have your state broker and all of the admins. They are there to help you with rules questions and law questions and all of your paperwork, as well as support you. They do a lot of things. Then you have your mentor, if you want a mentor. And your mentor is there within your own MLS, working in the same area that you are, and just with you every day. We'll go on appointments with you, you go on appointments with them, you're going to be able to see it. And then probably the third and the best part of it is your eXp sponsor.
Yeah, and that's why we're so excited about what we're building with the Platinum Group, and we're so excited to be a part of this. It's a group of elite agents across the country and world and growing of elite agents that are just rock stars in their area of the country that are crushing real estate, and we couldn't be more excited to be partnered with them.
Absolutely. Sharing best tips, best practices, and really growing something for everyone that everyone stands to benefit from.
Absolutely.
So the nice thing about the Platinum Group and is that you can join eXp with anyone across the country who is an eXp member. But we formed the Platinum Group because we truly want to bring in the best of the best, whether they're new or whether they're rock stars. People who really feel passionate about this job like we do, and we want to make it easy for you, and we want to give you the support. So if you're interested in joining eXp, please reach out to us at the Platinum Group. You'll find us on Facebook, you'll find the website, and we'd love to talk to you.